I go Russ on somebody. All right,
Sometimes you do.
Let's tell you what Kerry's talking about here. Nikola Jokic, he had a triple-double. We'll get to him in a minute. First off, Jamal Murray goes baseline. He's doing a 360. He finally gets Steven Adams where he wants him. And oh, no. You hear about guys getting posterized? He got pretzelized. The toes got all tangled, and Jamal knocks that down. He had 33. Nuggets up 15 at the half and having fun. Fourth quarter now. Thunder down 3. Who gets the final shot? Melo, a 25% shooter in these situations. Russ is at 21%. And look at Paul George, 0 for 22 three-point field goals to tie or win a game. And he's off the schneid. Paul George delivers. First career game-tying three-pointer. So we're tied up, 1.4 on the clock. And look at Jokic slinging it to Gary Harris, who knocks that down and goes running off. Now, Jokic is taking steps, not allowed to do that, and maybe should have been called for a traveling. Regardless, Harris with the money shot there. And afterwards, here's where it gets crazy. A fan gets on the court and gets in Westbrook's face. Westbrook shoves him aside. The officials there, security a little late to the party. Nuggets win at 127-124. Here's Westbrook afterwards.
Got to be able to protect the players, man. You play the game, you go out, the fans obviously enjoy the game, but they can't come on the floor. It's totally unacceptable. So to look at it and figure out, what's the best thing to do. But to me, that's just totally unacceptable.
What's like in the spur of that moment? Like,
I don't want to keep talking about it, but I already made my comment. That's it.
Okay. I don't want to keep talking about it. I made my comment. Our NBA analyst, Stephen Jackson, joining us now. So I watched this incident, and I think I'm going to talk about Russ in a minute, but let's talk about the fans and how, in fact, I know you know this more than anyone, they need to be policed. What is your take on what the league should do about fans like that?
Well, especially if they let them allow them to drink or whatever they're doing during the game on courtside, sitting courtside. They got to be able to control their emotions. They definitely can't come on the court, especially after a game like this, a tough loss. You're lucky it was Russell Westbrook and not Stack 5. He would have caught a two-piece in an instant. But you can't allow players to come on the court. You got to allow the players to get to the locker rooms. Then everything else can go on in the arena. But they got to control that.
Yeah, I think you're right. Emotions are high, and the guy was clearly agitating him, so he handled it, I think, the best he could. But what do you think will happen in terms of fines? Will the league front office, will they fine Russell Westbrook?
If they fine Russ, all hell gonna break loose. There's no need to find Russ. Russ was on the right. He was walking off the court. There's no need to even look at Russ' situation. He did nothing wrong. The fan was on the court. Russ was on his way to his locker room. The fan was in his path. They need to worry about more of controlling these fans, drinking it during games, and just coming out to a court that's sitting on the floor. Russ did nothing wrong at all.
All right, that's our Stephen Jackson with his take. Stick around. We want to have you here for some other NBA talk, okay?
Sure.
Get the camera rolling because this guy's not going to disappoint.
To the lane goes Blake Griffin off the glass and good. There's his first hoop as a Detroit Piston. Here comes the brand new Piston star with a basketball. Down the way to the rim. Lays it up. Lays it in. Took over in the crowd down low. Bobs, Andre throws it down. Here's Blake to the basket. This time scores it. Count that, baby, and a foul.
The new addition going to work out just fine for the Pistons.
Blake Griffin, in his very first game as a Detroit Piston, has 2 dozen, 10 rebounds, 5 assists.
The guy Kerry has dubbed Blake Piston, 24 points and 10 boards in his first game with the new team. After having 27 and 12 in his last game as a Clipper, he's just the 5th guy in NBA history with back-to-back 2010 games for different teams within a season. Melo in 2011 was the last to do it when he was traded from the Nuggets to the Knicks. Wilt was the first to do it back in 1965. We got Stephen Jackson back with us. So 1 game in the books for Blake Griffin and 1-0. What is he going to mean to that team moving forward, especially with Andre Drummond?
Well, to have a star like Blake Griffin in the East, to have a star on that team, to kind of change the culture, to kind of get a feel-good feeling about the team is what Blake brings. Everybody know Blake was dominant in the West, but to come to the East, he's going to be even more dominant. He's used to playing with an athletic big guy like DJ, so him and Drummond are going to be great together. And like I say, this first 2 points was the toughest points you'll see him get in that uniform. I think Blake's going to be great, and they're going to dominate in the East in the paint, especially with those two big guys.
Now, you say dominate in the East. I mean, could they win a playoff series with the way they're put together now, or is that a year or two away?
Well, the reason why I say yes is because they have two All-Stars, Blake and Drummond, and they also have a great coach. A coach that cares, a coach that understands the game and understands to put his players in the right position. I think they could win a playoff series.
Okay, there was a kind of a comical moment in this game. Maybe not so funny for Blake Griffin. We've all had that dream when we were kids, you go to school without your clothes on.
Right.
Kind of what happened with Blake Griffin, right? In the start of the second half, gets ready to go out there. Whoops, I forgot to put my jersey on at halftime. What? First of all, tell me what happened. Is everyone changing their uniforms at halftime?
Yeah, well, I know I did. I know we sweat a lot, so guys want to come out second half in a dry uniform. And you can't blame Blake. He's been through so much and traveling so much in the last 72 hours. I'm surprised he didn't leave his shoes.
Have you ever seen anything like that happen, ever?
I've seen it happen. I've seen guys come out to the game without their jerseys, but I understand that guys change a lot because of sweating and stuff like that, but I've never seen Blake do it before. I've never seen it like that before. Run up, get ready to check in the game and don't have your jersey. I've never seen that before.
A lot on his mind, I'm sure, with everything.
Yes.
So first time for everything, I guess, for Blake Griffin. They got the win. He had a nice game, and so the new Detroit Pistons are on the tracks. Steven Jackson with us. What, Carrie?
Yeah, David, don't be so judgmental. Remember that time you left your tie? Rockets Spurs, folks. We're talking about that James Harden guy. 60 points against the Magic Tuesday. What you got today? That's a classic NBA dance there. First quarter transition. Harden puts the brakes on it. And watch again. My man Ginobili, while I like him, Manu is skating right now. So that was a nice three. Rockets up 27-14. Second quarter, Rockets up 12. Harden faces a double team in the corner. Now watch this, folks. Pass out to Gerald Green because he's right there. Thank you. I appreciate it. He's assisting. That's Harden. He don't need to make all the points. Fourth quarter, Rockets up 7. I'm going to size you up, LaMarcus Aldridge. What I got? Here we go. It's a 3. Now take a listen, folks, because what? Yes way. Yeah, Harden dancing, finishing with 28 points. I agree with you, 11 assists. Rockets win 102-91. He really is feeling himself. Well, get that flag right there. Yeah, man, holla. Harden's building is being built. He is clearly looking to be the MVP. Setting career highs and leading the NBA in scoring, PER, and usage percentage this season. He's also making over 4 threes per game. The only other player in NBA history to do that is this other guy who was a MVP. You may have heard of him. His name is Steph Curry. He's really good, according to ESPN stats and information.
Gronk is out of the concussion protocol. What that means for the other Patriots receivers, no less an authority than Charles Woodson weighs in on that next.
When you hear Domino's, you think